training to me was an experience of a lifetime. It's something that I'll never forget. It was very rigorous, very challenging, very rewarding. Everything that I learned at the academy, even though I might not have thought so then, I've really put it into use here. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police Training Academy is situated in Regina, Saskatchewan, which is a faraway place from my home of London, Ontario. I was assigned regimental number 43795, and I figured that if 40,000 other recruits could make it through the training, that I too could survive at the academy. I'm really looking forward to everything. It is going to be a challenge, and there are times when it's going to be really difficult.
When you hit the interview stage, that you're actually hired, and they don't tell you anything, so you think you're going the following week. Meanwhile, you're waiting 2.5 years to get on.
If you would take your bedding and go out the north door, okay, and the duty constable will meet you and take you over to where your room's going to be.
Okay, great.
Because I always wanted to be within the RCMP. I grew up around members that are in the force right now. I got a few friends that are in the force. Also inspired by them.
I think I'm going to benefit from the physical fitness aspect of the training. I know I will, because I'll be about in the best shape I've been in the last 20 years or so.
So you finally arrived.
Finally got here.
Hi, my name is Doreen.
Hi, Doreen. It's Vicki.
Hi.
Hi. My name is Louise. Louise. Hi, Louise. Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Vicki.
Vicki, where are you from?
London, Ontario.
Everything that I did was in the purpose of being accepted in RCMP. During the 5 years that I waited, I did more school with higher grades, higher marks for sure. I did some Army Reserve.
Well, that was the last one in, so they decided that the last recruit that was going to come in was going to be tossed into the showers, and I was the lucky one. I'm kind of glad it kind of broke the ice, you know, so I don't mind. It was all right. Yeah. I was dirty anyway, so. You want to be hospital corner?
As excited as we all were, we all knew that this was going to be the 6 toughest months of our lives.
I said not to touch anything, no fidgeting. It's not what I said here. What's his name, you funny little man, Andrews? Isn't that what I just said, Andrews? Yes, do you understand well, Andrews? Yes, any problems, Andrews? Yes, oh, you got a problem, Andrews? Everyone now do 10.
In order to survive at the academy, one of the first things you have to learn is who's in charge.
When I compare to what the recruits are doing, their commitment that they have in terms of hours, it's much harder for a recruit right now. It's much more complex with changes of legislation, court rulings. There's much more accountability on police officers, and they must know about this from day one.
We're looking for someone that is good character, has integrity, honesty, has stamina, ability to work and work hard and long hours if required. Someone who is caring an understanding for the problems that society faces.
When I arrived at the academy, I was put into Troop 8 with 23 other recruits. I was a little surprised, yet pleased to see the diversity of my troop mates. They came from all parts of Canada. Some were French Canadians, others were Aboriginals. There were 9 females, including myself. One guy speaks 3 languages, another speaks Lebanese, and we have an African as well.
Honesty, integrity, respect. You must perform, and I say must, within the expected parameters of honesty and integrity. What you don't do is let your honesty and your integrity go out the window and take a shortcut. What you don't do is cheat.
Living in a paramilitary environment, things are very structured. They must now learn to rely on each other, to work as a team. They must learn to care, and they must learn to appreciate each other, recognizing that it's okay to be different.
Okay, and what's wrong? No, you haven't had a drill class yet, but once you've had a drill class, then you're responsible to start polishing your kit. If he comes and the polish, it's not spit-shone to standard, to our standard, standard of the Mounted Police, again, we would leave it out for you, put it someplace obvious, so that you would know that there's something wrong with that shoe.
I think a lot of it's real stupid. I think it's ridiculous. We're wasting a lot of time doing menial, stupid things when we could be using that time to study and to learn things properly, the important things.
They should fit tight because they'll stretch and soften up in a few days. And you don't want them falling off your head when you're running around, or especially in drill when you're doing push-ups.
I'm looking forward to the drill, first drill class. Heard lots about it, and it should be quite an experience.
I'm here on the instructional staff. I will not be instructing you, all right? I'm here to take care of your problems, as I said. Whether they be personal, administrative, or anything that you do have here at the academy, then just let me know and we'll try and take care of them at that time. So don't think that all corporals are as friendly as I am, because they're not.
Marker, get over here. Hurry up! Get over here! Get back in the ranks. Everybody come to attention, put your heels together, your hands to your side. And don't look at me, and keep your head nice to the front. Everybody by height here, Marker.
Yes, Corporal.
Get your head down here, Lee. Get your head down, 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 stargazing. Laforte, get your head down. You two switch. Switch places, hurry up. Starting real good. They're the first 2, Marker. You two switch. Did I not say to put your hands to your side, Lily? Hard of hearing, Lily? Ah! We're gonna beach ball with eyes here, Touchette. Switch places with Lamoureux. Switch places with Lamoureux. Eh? Fat hog. How much do you weigh, Touchette?
200.
200 pounds. How tall are you?
5'10".
5'10". Get your heels together, for God's sake. Get your heels together. Get your heels together. Don't look at me. Keep your head nice to the front. Be faster to go over you than to go around you, huh? I want you every Monday morning, 7:30 in my office, hog parade. I want to see the weight starting to come off here. Huh? Same thing with you, Lamoureux. Another fat one.
Yes, Corporal.
You two switch. And now we're down to the mini Mounties here, huh? You two switch. Oh, there's another beach ball with eyes here, if I ever saw one. Is that belt tested for stress? Suck it in, the jelly donut. Where are you from? You? Janai. Where are you from?
Legacy, British Columbia.
Legacy, British Columbia. Is there a Dunkin' Donuts or a Tim Hortons? I'm sure the man over there must have cried when you left, eh? What is this pen sticking out here? I don't want to see any pen sticking out anywhere.
At first, the relationship is them against me, not me against them. Because I know what I'm doing here and I know what I'm trying to achieve. They don't. I want a troop to function as a troop. And I become the enemy. I become the person to fear, the person to hate, probably. But everybody's going to hate me. Well, now we got one point of focus together. And they got in trouble in a drill class because they couldn't do this particular movement, for instance. Great. Next class, we're going to show him that we can do it. So we're going to pull our socks up, and we'll show this guy that we can work together.
You can? Yes, Corporal. Isn't that wonderful? Well, why aren't you doing it when you are doubling here? Tell me why! Huh? Because you're a stooge. That is why. You're a bozette. Huh? Everybody on do 10. I don't believe it.
Poor Fred Lilly. That first drill class was hell.
Hurry up there, you! Come on! We don't have all day. What is this? They're supposed to be in shape here. Are you breakdancing? Is that what you're doing? Hurry up!
Lily, you owe us a beer each. Yeah. Because we did a lot of push-ups on you.
Lily, you need some personalized instruction, Lily? No, Corporal. Fine. Lily, you stand there, don't move. Everybody else for Lily, get down to 10. We're gonna screw up, Lily. The troop's gonna pay.
Edit David says, when he was in front of me, he spit on my glasses right on the spot. Right in front, where I could see it.
Yes, Corporal. Get going! And you double, you twin! Louder!
Right into the whole time. Quick, march! Left, right, left, right, left, right, left! Left, right, left, right, left!
Over the next 6 months, we will spend 63 hours in firearms, over 200 in physical training, 60-something hours in driving, 55 hours in drill, and over 400 hours in theory alone. On top of all that, we are expected to fulfill a whole range of other duties and responsibilities. We soon realized that if we were ever going to make it through, we'd have to do it together.
Everybody's RMT? Jogging, let's go!
Let's go! All right! Hey, let me in! Go guys, come on, boys! Okay, let's get serious here. 6, 7.
This early in our training, we lost our first troop mate. It really made the rest of us aware of how vulnerable we all are.
23. Okay, Janelle, go get your shirt on. You go see Sergeant Tardif. Just leave your sheet there. Okay.
The person most affected by us losing Janelle so early is his dorm mate, James Bueller.
Well, it's kind of unfortunate that he's gone. They gave him a choice. He had to go back and lose some weight. But I don't know. I don't think they give him enough time to really show, you know, what he's worth. You know.
No matter what happens to us in training, the relentless process continues.
When you take fingerprints of a person, you have to make sure that you face the person you deal with all the time. Now, it's probably a lot easier for me to take fingerprints of this guy like this. But I'll show you what happens. You pretend that you're taking my fingerprints like this, okay? And right now I'm behind him and the fight's on and I've got him, okay? But What's happening is, if I take his fingerprint and I face him all the time, in other words, if you take his the fingerprint of his right hand, stand to his right. If you take the fingerprint of his left hand, stand to his left. That way, you're always facing him. If he decides he's going to give me one, at least I'll see him coming. Okay, he won't be behind me.
We learned early that while we were in class, we were being evaluated on a whole other front, back in the dorm by our nemesis, Drill Corporal DeFosse.
Now, the first order here is their uniforms, kit that they were issued. The first bit I did this morning, they started with the suspenders over here and worked their way out. So these obviously are wrong, as I said before, and dusty. And he's got dirt and dust and everything else there. Not acceptable. Let's put it.
Sometimes in the early days, the severity of the inspection seemed rather pointless, but we all knew that there were reasons for it.
Lawrence of Arabia can live in that dust.
When the recruits arrive here, we place some fairly high standards in care and maintenance of the dorm. Of course, first and foremost is the personal hygiene. We have these individuals living together, sharing the same facilities. We're teaching them a number of qualities, but basically attention to detail.
Double march! Left, right, left, right, left, right, left! Left, right, left, right, left, right, left!
Oh, no. CB. Well, you ain't gonna be happy. As long as we get it right. Well, that's not bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy, look at my Stetson.
I had a nickel.
Oh. Wow. My bed was okay. Okay.
I didn't touch my bed.
My Stetson. Oh.
They are responsible to maintain the standards set out for them. And if they are unable to meet those standards, then it falls under the responsibility of drill to do to check on the dorms on a fairly frequent basis to ensure that they are in fact maintaining standards.
I brought my wife down here just so she can have a vacation, and I don't get to see her.
Yes, that's where this becomes ridiculous. I mean, I can understand the basics of it, but I think it'd be better off for the force and for me right now if I have my nose in my logbook instead of trying to see if I can see my nose on the toll caps of this thing.
Now relax. It's not a test. This is just a qualify. If you qualify, that's fine. That saves us time. The test day's about 2 weeks from now. So just relax. Take your time. You don't do it the first time. We got lots of time. But if you qualify today, you're qualified. That's it. Okay? So whenever you're ready to go, let's go. I'm not going to say anything from now on. You're the boss.
Years ago, learning to ride a horse would have been a big part of training. Today, the only horses we have to contend with are the ones under the hood.
Head 1/4, left, out!
As time goes by, we realize with Corporal DeFosse, there just might be method to his madness.
Like the drill itself, I'd like you to understand, is just a vehicle for me. You know, there are members of a troop that God was not very kind to. They will never be a good marcher. But you don't fail drill essentially because you can't do a physical movement properly. That is just a vehicle that I'm using to achieve all my other goals here. But assertiveness, somebody who's very shy, for instance, somebody who feels unsure of himself or herself, yes, I will be able to identify them and I will certainly maybe turn on the heat a little bit on them.
Get some voice here out, Scott. What are you going to do out there when some airy-ass lumberjack doesn't want to move out of the way? Move out of the way? Tell him to move out of the way. Tell me to get out of your face right now.
Get out of my face, Corporal.
Real authoritative here. Don't look down, look up. You mean business. You're the authority, you're the only person responsible, God help us, in this situation, and you gotta take action. And you gotta be forceful. Be forceful. Tell me to get out of your face.
Get out of my face, Corporal!
Yes! Finally!
It was scary.
See how easy that was?
I don't know, I think now if you can stare down your drill corporal, you can take on anybody in the field.
Don't snap them. Good, quick trigger control.
They're still at the point where they're still asking questions, and they're wondering why and how did this all fall into place. What is the reason why we do certain things? We demand a great deal from them. We know that if they give a total commitment, that the end result will be very positive, and that we will produce what we believe to be an excellent candidate, an excellent police officer.
So you will be always performing to the maximum here and showing an example, because there's a whole lot of recruits, a whole lot of troops coming in now, and they'll be looking at the senior troops. God help us, you're getting up there, huh? As a senior troop. And they'll be looking at you for example. They'll be looking at Quarty and at Lévesque. You think that the whole troop can do that?
Yes, Corporal.
Also three. This. Hey!
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Up, 2, 3. Down, 2, 3. Away.
Hey, I want you in blues before after lunch.
Finally, another milestone. Corporal DeFosse orders us to dress in full uniform, breeches, boots, and all.
Can't take my camera.
It was a welcome relief to get off the base for a weekend on our human relations field trip.
And we have a new program, a new pilot project underway right now, which Troop 8 was involved with, dealing with the Aboriginal people. This involves a field trip, so to speak, where the recruits are actually taken out of the academy and brought to an Indian reserve near Regina. And on the reserve, they're given basically full access to the reserve to see how the people live, what the administration is like, what amenities they have and they don't have. Followed by a session with an elder who will give them sort of instruction or insight about the native spirituality.
We're Assiniboines. We're losing our language. We're losing our culture. We're not losing, I should say, we're walking away from these ways and more or less grabbing onto alcohol, drugs.
Corporal Como surprised us and asked us to perform our drill for the people at the reserve. We enjoyed ourselves and even got a new recruit.
They really enjoyed having the recruits there because I believe, and the feedback that I get from the reserves, is that they now see that they're being involved in the training of RCMP officers. And there's a tremendous sense of pride amongst the Native people that, hey, we are now helping in the development of the future police officers who may in turn be coming back to police them.
For most of us, this was a really good experience. But for Fred Lilly, it brought back some unpleasant memories.
It was shocking for me. Not shocking, but it was kind of like a nightmare for me. Because I was there. I was in those people's shoes before. I came from a family that had, there was 11 of us kids. It was tough growing up because I never had many friends. The neighborhood friends that we had were Caucasian, and they didn't really want to associate with us because we were Native. And I knew what to expect going to the reserve. But to be part of the troop, I went along.
What do you have to tell a person once you've arrested him? What are your legal requirements on arrest?
The reason of the arrest,
okay.
You tell him that he has the right to have legal aid, and you have to bring the person in front of the justice within 24 hours.
Perfect. That's what I want to see in the exam, okay? I don't want to see Charter of Rights.
Unfortunately, at about this time, we lost 2 more of our troop mates due to academic difficulties. Luckily for Gibby, he moved on to a new troop. For Fred Lilly, it wasn't as simple as just going to a new troop.
All I want to do is upgrade myself so I can come back here and get through this. I've spent 4 months with the guys, sleeping, eating, showering with them. You get to the point where everybody just comes together, pulls together type of thing. And our troop's been doing that all along. And so I'm hoping that when I come back, I'm going to come back to the same type of troop. It's just as strong as our troop is.
Once again, the relentless course of training helps us cope with the loss of our troop mates.
Remember that you're a witness, you're not a police officer. Once the event is done and finished with, I don't want you to discuss it amongst yourself as a group. I want each person to keep what they see separate and not to be influenced by the person sitting next to him, all right? So just pay attention and watch. Don't jump and scrog anybody. Whatever happens, let it happen. And remember, once it's done and over with, you're going to tell the police what you saw, whether you were part of it, involved in it, or just a witness to the event. All right? So everybody sit tight. You get down on the floor now! Now! Get down!
Hurry up, the cops are coming! The cops are coming! Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up! They're coming!
Ah, you idiot! Here. All right. Now don't damn move till we come back.
Don't you move!
Don't you move! We'll do it. You understand?
They took him to the ground, and one of them had a shotgun, the other one had a gun. And they just shoved him on his stomach and stole his wallet, I believe, and took off.
And what we stress in this is we have 10 or 12 or 15 people that see something, and each of them may see things a little bit differently because of their individual perception of things. They may describe the suspects differently, the color, the height, the weight, and the whole event. And we stress that to them, that when people describe things in real life somewhat differently from others, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're lying. It's just the individual's perception is somewhat different of how the events occurred.
Several ways to wear a Stetson here. Rosemary. Wrong. You're not a state trooper here or Smokey the Bear. I want you to have that Stetson just over your eyebrows here, like so. Why? Because if it's windy, the wind is going to hit on top, and hopefully you won't be chasing your Stetson down the parade square. But now in the Mounted Police, we like to wear our uniform with some style, so we will tilt it just a little bit over the right eyebrow. And now you look like a Mountie.
The hand closest to the person is gonna come up and grab the hair, eyes, underneath the nose, whatever, a pain area. So from here, all I'm gonna do is twist myself as I did in the standard side headlock. So I'm just gonna turn, keeping my body at 90-degree angle. So what's available here? Horse bite in here. Come on in here. Turn, let go. Let go. Let go. 2 hands on the head.
I love it here. I do. We had our Easter break last weekend, and I couldn't wait to get back. And everyone thinks I'm nuts. I don't know why.
Come on, Catcher! Let's go! Come on, Angie!
Like the physicals, I love it. It's great. You push yourself, you think, I cannot do one more push-up, and then the corporal says, give me 10 more push-ups, and you do them. And you get up and you go away and you feel good that you finished that class. Our motto here is, it's only 50 minutes. Each class is 50 minutes. Then you worry about the next 50 minutes. So that's how we get by. One of the most powerful and realistic parts of our training are the scenarios, the portrayal of real-life situations.
One of the scenarios that Troop 8 was involved with was a case of a woman leaving her residence for a short period of time and then coming back. And on the way back to the house, she realizes that someone's inside, and she feels that someone has broken into her house and is in the process of stealing or rampaging inside. Now, upon calling the police and the police attending, they find out that it is her ex-husband or her ex-lover with whom she has had a spat, and they've since separated, but yet the individual has come back to retrieve his belongings.
Calm down.
The police officers are inside dealing with the individual. Now the lady comes back in, and of course things flare up because there's a lot of emotion, a lot of panic. And here again, we have to watch the police officers, how they're going to react in controlling the situation. They've got two people in a crisis situation. They've got a problem. There's some legal aspects that have to be covered. Will there be an arrest made? Are there grounds for an arrest to be made? And these are the issues that we watch them act on. If the arrest has to be made, how is the arrest going to be made? How is the application of the handcuffs going to be done? And how are the legalities going to be covered?
What's the purpose of the arrest? What a bussy you are. You always...
Putting our number up in the drill hall now shows to the rest of the recruits that Troop 8 is senior troop. It also helps us to realize that the end of our training is quickly approaching.
Just upon the last month of training, recruits are starting to feel that training is all coming into focus, that they have now starting to understand how everything kind of comes in and blends in. It's a bit like a dovetailing.
Okay, how about if we go in, we sit down, maybe we can work out something here, okay? I want my money, and he's under arrest.
I got no money.
June. The June check that didn't go through.
They think that the academy is kind of changing, and I say the academy, the staff members are changing their attitude towards them, but in fact it's just because they have now reached a point where they understand what is expected of them, and things are starting to become easier for them. There's less resistance from within. They're working better in terms of cohesiveness, and they're all working towards the same objective, and that is to graduate.
Good afternoon, Buffalo Road Detachment, RCMP.
Their first scenario is one in which there is limited interaction with their monitor, with the instructor that is following them along. They are paired up in teams of two peace officers together, with other people in their scenario playing the role of civilians, be that a complainant, a victim, or an accused. And we expect them to treat these scenario investigations as if they were a real-life event.
We've arrested you for assault. Assault who? Okay? I didn't assault nobody. I'm gonna have to tell you who you assaulted right now. You've arrested for assault. In form of your right, you have a right to contact a lawyer. You understand that, sir?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay?
So when you go through scenarios, you start to forget that they're not real. You try and put together everything they've taught you here. Plus, you have to use some of your own common sense.
This team of recruits must prepare a full file and court brief for presentation in court. So we now take their situation, their mock situation into mock court. And they, as the peace officer, now must give testimony about their involvement in their case in court, again, as if it were a real court setting.
Okay, so how long do you think that would be, this particular stick here?
3 feet?
Okay, but the stick you saw was 2 feet.
I said approximately 2 feet.
Well, there's a big difference, Councilman McDonald, between 2 and 3 feet. It's a full foot distance. That's 1/3 the length of this stick.
Our last and probably most anticipated milestone is when we actually find out where each and every one of us is going to be posted. We all have our hopes up high. After all, our first assignment can be our home for the first few years of our active duty.
Okay, 15 got their first choices. Second choice, 1 got a second choice, and the remaining, that's 5, got the third choice.
K Division, Alberta, Constable Carrison and Constable Wood.
There weren't too many disappointments in the troop. I know I got my first choice and ended up in Alberta.
I told him I'll put 2 years in no matter where I go. I'll try my best for 2 years. But I don't want Southern Saskatchewan. It's too dead for me yet.
I think we just realized that we're all going separate.
To the outsiders, some of our methods here might seem somewhat severe, somewhat, the term was nitpicking. For our purposes, it's serving a purpose. It's serving a part of training because when they leave here, these people are going out and making decisions that are coming under greater scrutiny. What we are trying to do here is prepare them so that when they do go out and make a decision, it will withstand that scrutiny. But we are asking them to maintain some pretty high standards. But we're also telling them that they have joined the best police force in Canada.
When it came time for our inspection by Chief Superintendent Spring, we all knew our long hours of study and training were finally on the line.
If I ask her a question, though, instead of you, are you willing to put up your weekend on this if she doesn't get the right answer?
Yes, sir, I am.
You got a lot of confidence in her?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, perhaps we can have her describe all of the Smith system.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Can you describe the Smith system to me?
Yes, sir. Aim high in steering. Get the big picture. Keep your eyes moving. Leave yourself an out. And make sure they see you.
Is that satisfactory?
Yes, sir, it
What
is.
does she mean by getting the big picture?
Make sure you see that everything that's going on in your surroundings around you. Always keep your eyes, so that you know what's happening all the way around.
Okay. So that followed by the other one, to keep looking.
They
Keep your eyes
go hand in hand, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
We might have to go to, yeah, it's leaking right there. We got to go to a smaller mask for you.
Being exposed to tear gas is an ordeal that all of us have to go through.
Everything that I've done in training has been very controlled, and it's a controlled environment, and you know that. The incident with the gas scene, for me, it was the only time when I felt that there was very little control.
Okay, take it off, as long as you can breathe right.
Just put it back.
Oh, it's stuck to your hair, isn't it? Can somebody help her? She's stuck to her hair.
Hang up. Hang up there.
There. Ouch. That must have hurt, eh? Did it hurt? Big chunk of hair. Where are you transferred to? Where are you transferred to? Nova Scotia bite. You like that? Put a mask on. Don't panic on me, because you're going to stay here. Cool down. Flip the side. Flip the side. Now, Cave, stay there. The side is not right. The side of her mask is not right. Don't panic, you're gonna stay there. Relax, okay? If you're in a riot, we can't have you doing that because you're gonna be useless to everybody. Breathe nice.
It was an excellent experience, but I don't think I'd want to be part of a riot team.
All right.
Our policy respecting deadly force is that you may only discharge your firearm at somebody with the intent to cause harm or death in a situation where you feel you or someone else is going to suffer grievous bodily harm or death. That's the only time. And I asked each of you to think seriously about that, and when you leave here, when you go home on holidays, and when you start your first job at your first detachment, give that a lot of thought. And if at any point you ever come to the realization that I can't live with that aspect of the job, you should tell somebody about it.
Maybe I'll never have to draw my gun, maybe I'll never have to shoot anybody, but I'm prepared to do so if I have to.
Hope you'll never have to do it. You try and put it out of your mind. So try to keep it there, that maybe one day my life will depend on me pulling that trigger.
Okay, stop right there.
And as far as here goes,
Okay, why don't you spread your
through the
legs?
training, I feel I really can, if I had to,
Okay,
and
spread
be
wider.
legally justified doing it.
Point those toes out. Keep your hands up. Okay, don't move fast. You understand?
If you cannot follow through when it needs to be done, then someone, your partner, yourself, or some innocent person, could suffer grievous bodily harm or death because of your inaction. And we are responsible. You know, we are required to take action where necessary.
She says that there was an individual that came to her place wanting to sell some vacuum, and she said no. And then she noticed that he went to 69 Depot, and shortly after that he entered the residence, and then she heard the lady screaming.
Well, to hear that those yelling was, I couldn't stay and wait. I had to get in as quick as possible. I knew something wrong, something very bad could happen in a sec, so I had to do quick.
Like when there's screams, that obviously means that something dangerous is going on, and that scares me to see him go in by himself, because then I don't know what I'm getting into, and you're not there to cover each other. So I don't know. They could have shot him or stabbed him as soon as he walked through the door, and I don't know because I'm coming in on my own.
Get away!
Please
Get
don't
away!
let him kill me!
Sir, get away!
Please don't let him kill me!
Okay, get away!
For what?
I'm going...
Are you gonna shoot me?
Get away from her. Step back.
He's gonna shoot me!
Sir, get back. Get back from her, okay? Now,
Give me one
good reason why you should. Because you're gonna hurt her.
I'm
gonna hurt
her. I want to hurt her.
Why?
Because bad things happen to good people. That's just the way it is in this world.
As soon as I saw in the bedroom, I saw that knife and that person laying on the floor. And you don't know. You really don't know what you have to say. You know, you have to deal with something that you never dealt before.
Drop the knife now, okay? Drop the knife. Drop the knife. Drop the knife.
You put your gun away first. Now put the knife down.
Drop the knife.
I promise. I won't lie to you, man. I promise.
Please help me.
Okay, if I'm taking my gun
Please
away,
don't let him kill me.
you're gonna drop the
Please,
knife.
no. Please
Yeah?
don't let him kill me.
You put your gun away, I'll put the knife down. I won't lie to you, man.
Please don't let him kill me. Please don't let him kill me. Oh my
drop
God,
the
please don't let him kill me.
I wanted him to feel that he's understood, and he had somebody to talk with, and find a reason to have a compromise. So I kept talking.
That's it. Stand up.
So knowing that Denise was behind me, and I knew that she had her gun out, so I just did it, and I kept looking to his eyes to see his verbal, non-verbal communication, and I could feel that if I put my gun away, he's gonna drop the knife. I felt it. I just felt it, and he did it.
In this scenario, there were 3 glowing errors committed. The first being the backup member with the gun pointed directly at her partner. The second, the member holstering his weapon on demand by the suspect. And the third, the member being a little too close into the suspect who is yet under control. These points were all addressed during a debriefing period.
Even at this late date, graduation is never a sure thing. After struggling with the language challenge and academic standards, it was in Mario's best interest to start his training over again with a French troupe.
But during this time, I need a vacation to think about that, what I will do now I'm to miss, because just 2 weeks left at the end of my training.
When we lose a troop mate, it's like losing a brother or a sister. So it's almost the same. It felt the same. And Mario was kind of my booster. Actually, he is my best friend. I needed him as much as he needed me.
For many of us, graduating was, we had mixed emotions about it. It was a satisfying feeling to finally have completed all the training that's required, but you've really made some good friends, some strong relationships while you're there. So to be away from those people that you've spent all that time with, this is a little difficult to take. But any one of them out there now can tell you that everything that we learned there is of value to us here, and we really do have some pretty tall boots to fill.
They were an excellent troop, and I think one of the things that I enjoyed the most about it is being able to see the individuals in that troop, how they changed as they went along. Each and every one of the individuals gave their utmost effort. And yeah, they had problems in different areas and things like that. And all I asked from them at the beginning was to give the most 100% of them. And I can't say anything that they didn't. They just came out with that effort.
Nobody can say that this isn't the best place to learn police work. I mean, whether you enjoyed it or liked it or whatever opinions you have, everybody has to respect the fact that this place does teach you very well.
My regimental number is 43781, so obviously that many people before me went through it and nothing changed, so obviously they're not going to change it for me.
And if you do have that fear of shyness, you learn to almost hide it and portray this, hey, I'm in charge image, and that's really what it's all about.
The best gift I got right now is to feel that I do something for my community.
We went on drives for training purposes in the city, and everybody recognizes our blue cars. And kids would just wave at us. And they'd be really happy to see you, and so that kind of evens it out.
At first you doubt it, but it does bring out a sense of patriotism in you. You really feel good about doing the job. You feel good about having so much support being a Mountie.
Training to me was an experience of a lifetime. It's something that I'll never forget. It was very rigorous, very challenging, very rewarding. Everything that I learned at the academy, even though I might not have thought so then, I've really put it into use here.